Matthew 13. On that day went Yeshua out of the house, and sat by the seaside, and there were gathered to him great multitudes, so that he entered into a boat and sat, and all the multitudes stood on the beach. And he spoke to them many things in parables, saying, Behold, the sower went forth to sow, and as he sowed, some fell by the wayside, and the birds came and devoured them. And others fell upon the rocky places, where they had not much earth, and immediately they sprang up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was risen, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And others fell upon the thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked them. And others fell upon the good ground, and yielded fruit, some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. The one possessing ears, let him be hearing. And the disciples came and said to him, Why speakest thou to them in parables? And he answered and said to them, To you it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of the skies, but to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have an abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that which he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because seeing they see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And to them is fulfilled the prophecy of Yeshayahu, which saith, By hearing ye shall hear, and shall certainly not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall certainly not perceive. For this people's heart is become gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest perhaps they should perceive with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and should turn again, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For amen, I say to you, that many prophets and righteous men desired to see the things which ye see, and saw them not, and to hear the things which ye hear, and heard them not. Hear then ye the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom, and understandeth it not, then cometh the evil one, and snatcheth away that which hath been sown in his heart. This is he that was sown by the wayside. And he that was sown upon the rocky places, this is he that heareth the word, and immediately with joy receiveth it. Yet hath he not root in himself, but endureth for a while. And when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, immediately he stumbleth. And he that was sown among the thorns, this is he that heareth the word, and the care of the aeon, and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. And he that was sown upon the good ground, this is he that heareth the word, and understandeth it, who verily beareth fruit, and bringeth forth some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. Another parable set he before them, saying, The kingdom of the skies is like unto a man that sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares also among the wheat, and went away. And when the blade sprang up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. And the bondservants of the householder came and said to him, Sir, didst thou not sow good seed in thy field? Whence then hath it tares? And he said to them, An enemy hath done this. And the bondservants say to him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he saith, Nay, lest perhaps while ye gather up the tares, ye uproot the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of the harvest I will say to the reapers, gather up first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Another parable set he before them, saying, The kingdom of the skies is like a grain of mustard, which a man took and sowed in his field, which indeed is less than all seeds, but when it is grown, it is greater than the food plants, and becometh a tree, so that the birds of the sky come and lodge in the branches thereof. Another parable spoke he to them. The kingdom of the skies is like leaven, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal, till it was all leavened. All these things spoke Yeshua in parables to the multitudes, and without a parable spoke he nothing to them, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken through the prophets, saying, I will open my mouth in parables, I will utter things hidden from the foundation of the world. Then he left the multitude and went into the house, and his disciples came to him, saying, Explain to us the parable of the tares of the field. And he answered and said, He that soweth the good seed is the Son of the man, and the field is the world. And the good seed, these are the sons of the kingdom, and the tares are the sons of the evil. And the enemy that sowed them is the slanderous adversary, and the harvest is the consummation of the aeon, and the reapers are messengers. Do you see that the field is the world? The field is not the church. Some are thinking we should not judge each other when Scripture actually says that we must just judge each other. 1 Corinthians 5:11-13, you will see that we must judge and expel the immoral brother. So if you're thinking that this is a job that we wait for Yeshua to return to do himself, that is false. We must remove leaven from our midst. So if you're meeting, if you're gathering, if what you're calling fellowship, if your people, if what you are thinking is the people of God is not expelling the leaven, it is leavened. It is not the unleavened body of Yeshua. But the world is thoroughly leavened. Yes, the field of the world is thoroughly leavened, and we live amongst the world. And that world will not be taken from us until Yeshua returns and rectifies it and fixes it up. When the kings of the earth and their armies are gathered to Jerusalem, or to the place called Har Megiddo, to fight against Jerusalem, Yeshua himself shall return and slay them with the sword from his mouth, and few men will be left. As therefore the tares are gathered up and burned with fire, so shall it be in the consummation of the aeon. The Son of the Man shall send forth his messengers, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that cause stumbling, and them that do lawlessness, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be the weeping and the gnashing of the teeth. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. The one possessing ears, let him be hearing. The kingdom of the skies is like a hidden treasure in the field, which a man found and hid. And in his joy he goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that field. Again, the kingdom of the skies is like a man that is a merchant seeking goodly pearls. And having found one pearl of great price, he went and sold all that he had, and bought it. Again, the kingdom of the skies is like a net that was cast into the sea, and gathered of every kind, which, when it was filled, they drew up on the beach, and they sat down, and gathered the good into vessels, but the bad they cast away. So shall it be in the consummation of the aeon. The messengers shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the righteous, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be the weeping and the gnashing of the teeth. Have ye understood all these things? They say to him, Yea. And he said to them, Therefore, every scribe who hath been made a disciple to the kingdom of the skies is like a man that is a householder, who bringeth forth out of his treasure things new and old. And it was when Yeshua had finished these parables, he departed thence. And coming into his own country, he taught them in their synagogue, insomuch that they were astonished, and said, Whence hath this man this wisdom and these mighty works? Is not this the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Maryam, and his brothers Jacob and Joseph and Shimon and Yehudah, and his sisters, are they not all with us? Whence then hath this man all these things? And they were offended in him, stumbled by him. But Yeshua said to them, A prophet is not without honor, except in his own country and in his own house. And he did not many mighty works there because of their unbelief.